Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for tuning in. Very excited to bring you a special day today. It's about to begin with some Apex. Amazing stuff from Apex Legends. We have top tier teams today. I'm super excited to be able to bring you that. And we have some charity talk as well. It is Veterans Day, and we are just paying tribute to all of the soldiers across the world. And now we're about to begin the official tournament for tonight with a lot of good stuff going on. And I appreciate everybody's patience. We're about to get started shortly. Stay with us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I am your host, Mad Gamer. We are just kicking off for something special. I am so excited to bring this to you. We're going to be talking about veterans while we play Apex Legends. We have our qualifiers going on, and I wanted to do a special, specific day today to tribute something amazing. We're actually going to kick off game number one quickly. I mean, so fast. You are about to enjoy yourself. But before we do, quick intro. This is courtbattleleagues.com, brought to you by madgamer.com at Court Battle Studios, and I am your host, Mad Gamer. We are literally underway this very second, getting started with these tournaments. Super cool teams prepped and ready to go. A lot of new teams as well. I'm always excited when I see new teams get on board and be a part of what we got going on. And it should be a fun time, to say the least. Hope everybody is as excited as I am for this. Before we do, I want to talk about veterans very quickly, just to say these veterans go through so much, and just in training and then fighting for our freedoms. I don't think we appreciate our freedoms on a day-to-day basis, whether it's electricity, water, simple things. And I just want to pay tribute to every single soldier who's ever fought, who's still fighting, other soldiers who are disabled and continuing the fight on Earth through life. I respect and appreciate you all. Personal quick story. I broke my leg back in like 2014 or 15, around there. I think it was 14. And I was playing a lot of video games because I was home all day. Then I bumped into a gentleman playing a video game, and he was just a cool guy online, and we just played a lot of games together, and all of a sudden we became friends through, you know, just gaming. And we would just play and play and play and play. Little did I know he was also recovering from a leg injury, and it was during war because he was a soldier, and it was a crazy coincidence, and I didn't even know about this. And little did I know, while I was doing charities for soldiers, he was also a part of charities as well that he supported through his journey and what he went through. There's a great program called Help for Heroes, and these guys help soldiers and help people who are disabled through war and help them through all this with different programs. And I couldn't get into all the details. I'm not an expert on this, but I've been working with them for years now and supporting them and helping their charity as well. So all the other charities on top of that. So it was just incredible to hear a friend who been through some things, little did I know, end up also being a part of charities. He started his own, and I just wanted to share his quick story here so you can see what he went through.
It was just me. We're born to do stuff, and I think I was born to be in the army. It was just me. We're born to do stuff, and I think I was born to be in the army. And I just got to the point in my career where, right, I could go to teach at Sandhurst now, which is probably the best teaching role you can get in the military. They scanned my leg after I couldn't walk after a section attack with my recruits. Instead of going to try and be an instructor at Sandhurst, it was, you're broken, you've got to leave. It was like your world ended, really. You just can't put it into words. It's everything you fought for just gone. And they get you. I didn't believe in myself anymore as a person, so that was the hardest part, fighting your own battles and demons. Then I just remind myself what I've got around me, who's around me, my family, my wife, my parents, my brother, Help for Heroes, my work. It's all there. And I want it to stay being there. Just being part of that brotherhood, that bond, that family, that positivity. Like, hang on a minute, you can do it, you can get out there, you can achieve things, you can achieve your goals still, you can go out and win medals, you can go out and volunteer, you can be around good people. It's all you can do, is not you can't do. There's something very powerful about helping somebody else along the way, and then when you hit a rock, they help you over it, and then you help them over it, and then before you know it, you're in a very positive place doing positive things, but you did it together.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a video from Help for Heroes. If you go online and Google Help for Heroes, you will find this charity. You will find what they got going on, and you'll say, damn, these guys are the real deal. They're beautiful, making amazing things happen. My personal friend that you just saw there, his name is Paul. He wasn't even into streaming or anything like that. About a year and a half ago, he started to do charities through streaming, and now they have a big movement going on as well. Game Up. All right, I'm talking about top tier amazingness from all of them, and I just honored to be able to continue to support this and hopefully keep on building. So go to Hero Up Gaming or go to Help for Heroes and look up this cool movement. You don't have to go and donate money if you don't have it. Give your time and your energy, and then we'll go from there. All right, so that is the breakdown for today. You can hit exclamation hero to get the link, and it will be popping up throughout the stream, so feel free to check that out and get involved. We are going to start with these matches right now. Before I start the matches, I just want to talk about the matches. We have a bunch of schedules and a roadmap, but before we do all that, we're going to go right into the matches as well and show you guys game number one. Just to talk about game number one, this format is amazing. You get 20 teams into a private server, and they are all battling to win this match point system. They got placement points, which you can see here, 12 points for first place, 9 points for second place, and so on and so on. Then they get elimination points. On the first round, it's going to be 1 point per elimination. On the second round, it's going to be 2 points per elimination. On the third round, it'll be 3 points per elimination. This is a multiplier that we added to the original match point system that was created by Respawn. Once these teams reach 50, they have a chance to win it all. They have to be first place. So your job as a team is to get to 50 through placement and eliminations. Once you reach 50 or higher on the next game, you have to be number one, first place. That is the only way you are able to actually win. All right. That is a simple setup in words, but a lot harder to do. Usually a lot of teams will end up catching back up and trying to win big. So we going to see who has what it takes tonight. And it's going to be fantastic because I really love a lot of the teams we see here today. And man, oh man, I'm excited. So tune in, rock out, enjoy yourself, get yourself something to drink. It's going to be multiple games. We're going to have multiple games going on today. And just to clarify a couple things, the team who wins today will move on to our majors, and we'll get into the majors and all of that good stuff later on in the stream. For now, let's stick to game number one, and I want to start off with a team that I know will end up winning big at some point in the ALGS. For me, I host these events and kind of prepare people to get a chance to do big things. And this team right here will most likely be one of those teams in the ALGS performing very well. Their team captain, Matt, who is an incredible player. I've played with him a few times just to see how he goes, and he is like a machine. Every time he gets on there, I'll get out there, and you're gonna see some really great tap strafing, some amazing single fire action, which he always picks up a single fire weapon, you know, a G7 type of weapon, or right now he's rocking the triple take, and pretty much this is his game, is to hit you with nonstop rapid fire shots with single fire weapons, and it's always impressive to see him do this. And tonight we will see him do that. And again, we have a lot of great teams. We'll get into the list and showcase the actual setup. We have the great and the one and the only See the One You Envy as our leaderboard manager, running that for today and consistently throughout our tournaments. And of course, we're trying to bring awareness to the charity. So when you see it pop up in the chat, go ahead and take a second. I don't mind you leaving the stream so you can go and find yourself a way to help for heroes and support the cause. It's a beautiful cause, and throughout the night we're going to showcase some of their videos, talk about what they do, and hope that you go and support your veterans, whether it's your friends, your family, your neighbors. Maybe it's your mailman that you don't know was a military vet at one point. You know, those who passed away for our freedoms. These are things that we have to pay tribute to. I know we're gamers and we enjoy this side of it, but we have to give respect and the importance of that. And speaking of that, man, oh man, we're missing the action right now. Looks like Lions taking a team out, doing some good work. But shout out to Lions here, who have come out performing in our previous events, and they still coming back now to try to make a name for themselves. Also, we have 18 teams and the lobby is just kicking off. It's looking really good right now, so I'm super excited to see what these teams and players can do going forward from here. And speaking of going forward from here, we're gonna rotate around and catch some other teams who are in the middle of possibly fighting, as they spotted somebody, the Sanchez's, and this is a brand new team. Now we get a lot of returning players, but they make new teams and they try to figure out what they're doing. Last season was amazing. We had incredible teams, but today it's a new day with new players and new team names, so we get to know them together And I get excited when I see the teams I do know that will perform well, but I'm also loving it when I see other teams. And right now we're looking at Dead on Arrival, who has put on some work last time they were around, and they are back for blood, to say the least. And it's looking like R99 lost one player to them, and it's looking like the college dropouts are about to rotate out of this fight and get down to Dome. And I love going to Dome. To me, this is one of the best areas in the map when it comes to World's Edge. If you can hit this spot safely and then rotate into whichever angle you want to go, up north or west. So really love this area. We'll see what they can do over here, but we're gonna go ahead and rotate around, check on some top tier teams, make sure we got everything we need, and we're gonna look at the map and show you guys one of the cool things that I've been doing a lot lately, kind of just hovering over and giving you a sky view on teams. As you can see, there's two teams battling right below us. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at that. It looks like Horizon is going against Team Cal, I'm gonna call them today, and another new team here. Again, maybe some familiar players, but you don't know. And a lot of times you guys watching don't even understand we have actual top players in the world sometimes playing in these events, just casually warming up for the ALGS, practicing their skills, practicing rotations, and doing everything that they need to do to continue to get polished. It's funny because practice is a word that, you know, kids, most people kind of don't want to hear about, but the best in the world have always put in the work, aka put in the practice necessary. So I'm super excited, and I don't try to name drop on who is who on some of these teams, but there are some top players in the world that you might see in our tournaments consistently. So big props and respect to everybody that jumps on board and gets in on the action. Super exciting stuff, to say the least. And right now, this Team Lions is looking to make themselves known in this scenario in game one as we kick it off. And it's looking good right now for Team Lion. They're comfortable, and they're going up against Omega. Omega doing a good job pushing them back. Omega, you know, capitalizing on their positioning and being able to stay in charge. That's a very critical thing in this game, the psychological battle of having a high ground or having some type of positional advantage, and then using it instead of allowing teams to push you or push you around or force you to rotate, which will 100% cause some trouble to you. So with that in mind, I give props and respect right now to them, but we're gonna see, we've been missing out on some action today. A lot of action kicking off already, and we want to make sure that we're in it to win it, as we see Dead on Arrival on the opposite side doing what they have to do. Just to give you guys a quick update on a couple of things in the server, the Lions took out a full team. That was great by them. Then you have Envy coming out, who really showcased some amazing stuff in our last tournaments, and now they are back with a vengeance. And we're gonna go ahead and check out Envy here, who just 2 days ago came out and convinced the lobby and convinced everybody watching that they were for real. They won 2 in a row back to back, and then every single game they were right there with a chance to win. They worked on rotation and they worked on positioning most of the time, and that is what you want to do if you want to win big. So big respect to them. They already stacked up with 6 kills in this one game, so you're gonna see them consistently do the work. And speaking of do the work, we got DBG trying to third party this situation, and there's 4 teams in this area. 2 teams trying to third party, and then Other teams trying to rotate out of there. As you can see, Team Cal as DBG also trying to push that fight. And they'll end up rotating out of that situation. Perfectly done here. Game 1 underway. Solid game 1 for a couple of teams. Of course, you want to work on placement, and if you can get first place on top of eliminating a couple of teams, you're good to go. If you guys know me, when I play in general, I talk about I'm not the best mechanical player, but my game knowledge is pretty high up there when it comes to understanding things. And with ranked, for example, you kind of got to look at this somewhat like a ranked setup where you do want KP, but you also want that placement. So a little bit of both in this format is necessary. You can't just camp out for the whole game and think you're gonna win. As we see right now, right below is Team Envy about to take a fight, but they see the fight and they decide to back off, which is smart here. We're gonna see if they let Watson cover up defenses and prep, and they do. And now they're gonna hold this fort down, and with a Watson, it's very difficult to get yourself deeper in the fights. And great stuff by Team Envy. Once again, an all-girls team really showing out just 2 days ago and coming back now, looking to make a name for themselves. And we will see what they can do in this lobby. We love to have females that can represent for our mothers, our sisters, you know, our cousins, our aunts, our best friends. A lot of great female gamers, and right now we're lucky enough to have a full female squad in Team Envy, who's actually top kill leader at the moment. So they are shooting pretty. I don't know if they can climb up this rock right now, but they have been getting the most kills in the lobby so far. So big props to them. We're gonna rotate around, and Team Adala are surviving right now. It's a tough situation. Let's go watch their team captain, and this guy's a top player, but they are currently facing us against Team Cal, trying to get some shots up and do some work. And I love what I'm seeing by Team Cal, pushing the pace and getting Adala to be very vulnerable. Adala does get the banner of their teammate, and they can revive them, but this is a very bad situation to be in. Teams above you and surrounding you, and you got to make a decision. And right now it's not looking good for them, but luckily enough, there's a third party situation. Team Envy is right next door to Adala as well, and Team Envy trying to stay alive there. Great shots by Cal, and I'm loving where Cal is right now as far as the DPS that they're putting out. They're going to get their shields up to purple in a second here. One more good shot and they'll be right in the thick of it, and this gives them a little more confidence in the gunfights. Every time you upgrade your shield, you know you can survive a little more, and you can do a little more poke damage to get yourself thicker in the situation. And right now, Cal, not realizing it, but there's about 4 teams in this area, so it's a wild situation. You got R99 right here as well, and you guys all know R99 if you've been watching our tournaments. These guys are the best in the world, and man, oh man, R99 about to pop off some shots. See what they can do. We've loved R99 throughout the years that throughout the whole year that they played in the first season. This new season, they're coming back, and it's funny enough, they have their composition. They have their 2 main players, which are cousins, they're family members. So a little bit of a family affair with the R99 team, and you like to see that as a great synergy, more communication and more forgiveness when errors do happen, compared to playing with a random. So Pretty cool. Really love that. But they drop from their high ground, and this could be a dangerous situation. Two of the players are jumping down, and now all of them committed to go down below. The problem with this means everybody else that's high above you will be able to rain down fire on you. So I don't really like this idea. I understand you just have to sometimes take a fight. And speaking of take a fight, right below them, Team Envy's coming over, and they're gonna commit to the push, and it's happening right now. Let's go ahead and take a quick look as Team Envy gets in on R99 as the ring is closing and forcing them into some trouble there. And great stuff by Team Envy. Once again, kill leaders in this match, and they're destroying the lobby in great fashion. All female squad preparing for their day and doing this game justice, and I love it. Perfectly done so far by these guys. Well, these guys, and apologies, we got to change our terminology in society. These girls, all three of them are going ham right now, and you got to respect this push right here. This is total confidence, knowing that they can take the fight, and they're finishing their job right there as they finish off R99. Man, oh man, Team Envy is serious today, and we saw them perform well last week, but today there's a different swagger to them. I'll be honest with you. Last week they were working on placement. Today they went and got some kills early. As you can see right now, Horizon popping some shots off, but gets down, and now it's looking like their team captain spotlight will revive his teammate. Of course, Gibby, the most reliable legend in the game, and Horizon doing a good job at the moment, scoring some points here. They have to be extremely careful with this scenario because there's three teams right around their vicinity. So we're gonna see, and I'm gonna go ahead and back off and give you guys a bird's eye view. As you can see, all of these teams are stacked up on each other right now. So three teams right on top of each other. Easy third-party situations and fights, and it's gonna happen very shortly. One team will commit, and then it'll be lights out. And let's go ahead and watch as it happens right now. DBG deciding to push with the Octane jump pad, getting deeper into the situation, and beautiful flatline hip fires and takes one player down. And now they're still pushing the pace here, trying to get aggressive. Really good shots so far. Loving what I'm seeing by DBG, and they are putting themselves on the board as well. And they got to be careful here because, like I said, there's a third-party situation waiting for them very shortly. And beautiful shots with the triple take. Good stuff right there. And man, multiple teams trying to take advantage. Only 4 left, and it's looking really good. Team Envy down a player, but they're still in the mix, sitting comfortable. I love it by this team right here. Up top, DBG holding possibly the best spot for now in this situation with Off the Grid, a team that we've seen before, but this is a new team name, and they're really about to take off and showcase what they can do. They're surviving in the last ring, and a lot of great points scored by the teams who are still alive. They've taken down multiple teams, so very well done by them. They're going to be scoring some big points. I like to see teams get off to an early start. It basically means we have a very heavy lobby of top players who can really dominate. So we're going to see how this plays out. He chooses the longbow, and it's a gold longbow. This means some serious stuff can happen. The problem was the scope. I guess he switched off and did not like that scope. I totally understand. I'm not really loving that scope myself. But right now, DBG having a good position for the remainder of this ring. One of the things that Bloodhounds is underrated for, I wouldn't say underrated, but one of the most useful tools for Bloodhound is his wall scans at the end of the game here, because then you can find where every team is, and all your focus on is not getting third party and trying to third party whoever is taking their fights. And this is personally why I love Bloodhound at the end game, because those critical scans where you see both teams with one scan, you can figure out where all the teams are left. And there's only 4 teams left. And there's some solid teams here right now. Raven Horizon still in the mix. Team Envy popping off some great shots. It's looking really sharp for them. And they're about to get committed here. Once they heal up, I believe they're going to take this fight. And they got to be extra careful, because the moment this ring closes, we are going to get a committed situation. If you guys want, I'm going to go ahead and back off and show you the overhead view of this scenario. And right now, everybody's taking their time for the moment. Looking like Raven Clan's about to get pushed. One of their players does go down, and they got to be very careful here. Eva, 8, popping off, trying to survive. A slither of help. He gets taken out. Last 2 teams, Team Envy versus DBG. DBG did not take advantage of that third-party fight, and this might cost them, because Team Envy will heal up, and they're going to get ready for their final fight. And they start the... Nope. They back off for a second, take their time. And some of this is about composition. As you can see, Team Envy won't be able to withstand any bombardments from Gibby or Bangalore, but they don't have to worry about that because there isn't any Gibby or Bangalore. So all they got to worry about is the actual fight here. And they're actually both even. Nobody has a Gibby bubble to protect them from any type of actual aerial strikes. So you're gonna have to figure this out here. Right now, I'm liking the fact that Envy is deciding to push up and make DBG get uncomfortable. And now they're slowly moving up. That means they're confident. They're willing to take this fight. And they decide to rotate back. And honestly, right now, a Wraith Portal can do some great things for this team, but they lose a player down big. Pathfinder going for the push on his own. Can he finish it? It's looking like DBG might get it, and somehow Envy loses the match, and DBG with their first win ever in core battle leagues with an amazing finish there to be able to withstand the last couple teams and win it all for the first game. That is only game 1, but man, oh man, was it a good one. Big respect to DBG for taking game 1 and showcasing, hey man, we belong here. They're newcomers who've played in another tournament but did not finish first. And now they got their first win. They're on their way to get on that leaderboard and give themselves a chance to get to 50. We're going to take a quick slow motion look here. So what was happening from my view, I saw Team Envy finding a way to be aggressive here. It did cost them a bit because some of their teammates started getting hurt as they moved up. Of course, they had to move up because of the ring, but they were trying to be aggressive to push. They did not see this player here, and this is where the team split up and things started to get a little hairy for Team Envy. They were in control and they looked dominant in this fight. But in one moment, one bad move can actually ruin everything. So it is extremely important to understand that and remember how this all works. And man, what a great first game for DBG to be able to take charge and do their thing. I love what I just saw. Big props and respect to DBG for the first win of the night, and it's not the last one, I promise you that. There's going to be lots of games left to play, and I want to take a second, switch it on over, and thank everybody who's watching, everybody who's supporting this. Understand, I do this all the time. I'm giving my heart and soul to you guys, so it means a lot that you come and you hang out and you enjoy these streams. Please like, share, subscribe. We are live on 30 plus platforms. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, every platform you can think of. We're live right now. So feel free to share it and get it out to your friend. And talking about sharing, I just want to talk about this charity and the amazing things that they're doing and the way that they've gone about it. It's incredible. And like I explained early on, I introduced my friend who's a part of the program, who's a veteran who had his leg injured during his time that he was serving. And it was such a meaningful situation for me as a person to find this out. You play with someone for a couple years, you don't even know any of that. And then, you know, they open up and tell you what's been going on, and you become close friends. You find out they're doing charities as well. So you connect with them like this, and you're able to support their charity and work with them in different ways. It's an honor and a privilege. So with that in mind, I do want to showcase a video or two real quickly. And these are just cool little tips. It's going to be text. Hopefully you guys can read them and see what it says, and then you know, get inspired to want to help and to be a part of the movement as well. All right. So it says how to deal with anxiety. Be aware of news that is related to you. Meditate, take deep breaths, exercise, maintain. Create a routine that consists of fun and enjoyable things every day. Accept the things you can control. Don't worry about the things outside of your control. Focus on the things that you do have rather than the things you don't have. Try to think positive and imagine best case scenarios. Notice one good thing every day, no matter how small. Together we face today's, and this is just, again, one of many videos that this charity has that they bring together for us as people. It's a beautiful messages for the world, and again, help for heroes. And I hope that you guys support them and try to lift them up as I'm trying to do in whatever fashion you can. With that in mind, we are literally underway in the first game, and I'm going to go ahead and check to make sure the scores are set. And yes, they are. And we're going to go right into the scores and explain this one more time to you on how it all works. So as you can see right now in the first game, Envy has 23 points, and they did incredible work to start off. They got a lot of kills and really pushed themselves over the top to start this game off. And then from there you had DBG, who actually won the event. Didn't get as much kills, one less kill than Envy, and somehow, you know, ends up with 22, which is a lot. Right below them, still a lot of points, especially in the first round. 12 points is crazy. If you don't understand how this system works, 1 point per kill, and then you can get placement points as well. So these guys are all fighting to get to 50. Once they do, they have to get first place. If they don't, another team can get to 50 and do the same thing, and everybody on the lobby can get to 50 and do the same thing. So literally anybody's game. This is no holds bar, guys. It's a wonderful thing. I love it. And we are literally going to go into game number 2 right now very shortly. And I just want to go ahead and advertise our schedule. You can go and right this very minute sign up for tomorrow's tournament. We have one on the 12th at the same time as today. If you're free and you want to have some good times, go ahead and sign up. As far as other dates, you can see on the 16th we have another tournament, on the 18th as well. Then on the 30th we have another event. So feel free to sign up to all of these, as they are for you by us. They're free to enter, and they give you a chance to get into the qualifiers as well, so you can have yourself a good old night and a good old time. All right, so that is what's going down. We're about to start the next game. I'm going to show you guys the leaderboards one more time. and then we shall begin. Big props and respect to every single team who's participating today, taking care of business, showcasing that you are true Apex legends. And man, oh man, we got a game number 2, and I'll just point out a couple of things. As you can see on 5th place, Adala, that was just a starting game and they just figuring it out, but that team is dangerous. And on top of that, you have sleeper teams like Grape Shot right below them, a new team called Apex Funnies. You have multiple teams in here that are super dangerous and possibly able to win big. So be careful on what you see, because it's not always what you'll get. There's going to be a possibility of some amazing new teams and new scenarios on how this all plays out. And so far, so good. Once again, we're going to go ahead and start game number 2 right away. And we are here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And hopefully you're enjoying it as much as I am. All right, so game number 2. Remember, game number 2 is all about multiplier. In game number 2, teams will get 2 points per elimination. That means they can score double when it comes to eliminations. That is a really, really good look for them. And we'll see how it all works out in the end, right? So we got PS, Team PS, Team Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him PS, and they're looking to get things rolling as they currently are about to get into a fight with Lions. Lions are on top of the leaderboards here. It's in the top 10 at the moment, while PS is all the way at 19th with 0 points. So PS needs to score big, and taking this fight might be a great thing, especially early on. You can see one of their players has yellow and the other player has blue, so they can take this fight, get aggressive. Not everybody has shields starting this early, so possibly able to take this team out and really do some work. And at the moment, very comfortable, no worries right now. And you can see the communication because they're dropping each other some actual ammo and things like that during this quick scrimmage, and they're gonna go ahead and rotate out of there. Honestly, I would have took that fight. If I pick up a gold shield, I want to fight right away. It's not always the smartest thing to do, but if you could score points early like that where teams are not fully geared up, especially if you pop a shot and you see that they don't have blue or anything higher than that, go for it. They are getting pushed back, but there's gonna come a point where they have to take this fight. The team will push you back to the point of no return, and you're gonna have a hard time dealing with this situation. And they're making a decision, and we're gonna see what they do. Oh, they go ahead and rotate. One of their players misses, so he's gonna have to just try to survive and get out of that situation. And luckily, he does get far enough. Now he can zip line all the way up. And this might work out in their favor if they can get up top and hold the, push this team back from up there. And decent survival scenario. And it looks like Lions want to let that go. Funny enough, they're bumping into off the grid in 5th place right now with 12. One of their players goes down, but they have a kill there, so they can do some things, and it's looking real good for off the grid, scoring a couple of points and then having this high ground to push this team back. And they caught them at the right time. Team Lions were getting away from that scenario. Nothing like tons of grenades. Perfect shots here with the flat line. Off the grid, super aggressive, but also very strategically staying in position for the most part, not giving up their high ground fully. You gotta love it. OTG in the building, trying to make a name for themselves, and this is what we love to see. We encourage teams to get on board, brand new. Even if you haven't played in official tournaments, there's plenty of guys who come into my tournaments for the first time ever and play and have a good time, and then just build their confidence to consistently play in things like the ALGS. And I'm excited to be consistent with this as I do with other type of events. Just means a lot to me. So here we go. Gotta watch where he's going, but they are going to trap this guy, and somehow Octane finding a way to get out. Man, he's fast, and they actually finished him off here. And great stuff by Off the Grid. Good stuff. And we're gonna rotate around. Man, we missed some of the action, as we see right now. DBG trying to pick some shots off, but this is a long distance fight. One of the best things to do as a team is just pick off shots. You're farming for damage, but if you could knock somebody and you end up pushing them, go for it, especially if they're trying to stop you from getting in the ring. But if you have the high ground and you do this, it is one of the best feelings to be that dominant and just popping off on everybody in the lobby non-stop. And it's fun and exciting. We'll see how this is played, and one thing I give advice on is depending on your playstyle. Not everybody likes to stay up high and just poke shots with a long range weapon. Some people like being in your face and in the action, and this is a fun way to play as well. It's very flashy. It's the way I like to play. It isn't the best, safest, smartest way to officially play, but wow, these guys are killing me. I'm gonna go ahead and look around. I really like looking at this in third person, guys. Isn't this cool? Take a quick look. And it looks like they're clear here. Not much worries. They rotated very good here. And they are comfortable. Shout out to College Dropouts. Shout out to Kanye West for the College Dropout album. One of my favorites. And we're going to turn around and check out Team Adala, who has scored some really good points on the first one. And like I told you guys, they're picking up the slack. They got 4 kills in total as a team. And I'm sure they're just warming up, and they're going to figure it out here as they make a rotation. They're currently seeing a team, and they're smelling blood in the water. This is one of the best things to do when you know you're great and you know you can take a fight. Be confident and push it. But the issue for most is that players don't rotate properly during these times. So you have to be able to rotate safely and then take fights. So just being able to just push anybody isn't a healthy habit. It's really about that rotation and saying, okay, this is a good time to push. We got everything we need. You know, we're all ready to go. We got a good position. Try to third party situations as much as possible and things like that. So right now, Adala got College Dropout in this back corner, but I don't think College Dropout is gonna leave. It looks like they want to stay for this, so it could get interesting very shortly. They're going to bump heads in a second. We can go ahead and look from the sky and see exactly what's happening. College Dropouts are on the left, and on the right we have Adala. So they're currently thinking about how they're going to play this. I like what Adala is doing. As you can see, they have the high ground. They're on the roof. This is useful. The problem is there's another team on the opposite side also popping off, and that's Horizon. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a triangle here. One of the best parts that I love. As a matter of fact, it looks like Team Envy is coming in as well to possibly third or fourth party. How do you say fourth party, guys? Somebody in the chat that's watching, help me out here. Are we going to call it a fourth party, or could we give it a quadruple party? What are we going to name it, guys? I love it. Right now, Team Envy is probably waiting for their moment. As you can see, they're right outside this door. And maybe they don't even know there's teams out here. Maybe they're just waiting for the fight to begin and nobody's initiating it yet. And here it is. We finally got it. It looks like Adala's moving in on the action, about to take his shots and pop off right now. And man, oh man, they are super confident and going right in there, and they got to be careful. This overconfidence can cost them the game too, so extra careful here. And great shots here by Adala. Once again, the team captain just showcasing his skills. And it's looking like Gibby is going to try and push them back. He's down to a slither health. He has to be very careful in this situation. And they did a good job downing Adala, but they're gonna get third party, and there it is right there. Juicy Grapes coming in, and on top of that, one last player in Adala still in the building, knocking one. And right now, Juicy Grapes wants to get in on this action, and perfectly done here by Wraith to escape this situation. A bad situation for Adala. As I told you guys, the confidence is great, but it was a little overconfident, and they pushed into a team. There was multiple teams in the area. It was unnecessary. Probably would have been best to rotate out of there, but sometimes it be like that. And right now, he's gonna try to make a portal for his teammates, picking up their banners and getting both. Wow. And this is their team captain, Matt, who has been incredible in our first season, and now he's back to showcase he's still that guy. And man, oh man, we will come back to them because there's plenty of action going on right now. Great shot coming in heavy, looking to pop off and get things rolling for themselves. They did a good job to push that situation. It's looking like College Dropout also lost a player, so you're talking about two teams losing players, maybe getting them back, but who knows. Very dangerous situations, and we're gonna go ahead and take a quick overview here. Apologies for the man, my camera usually does better than this. All right, so there we go. We have College Dropouts. They're looking to push. They're actually going to push Team Adala here. See if they can go ahead and take these guys out. It's one player versus two, so he might want to get out of there. He has a Wraith, so it's not too hard to escape when you have a Wraith. She'll just use her portal for some speed, and then her tactical to void herself out of there. And while that is happening, we're going to go ahead and take a third-person view. If it lets us, we can take a third-person view, folks. Thanks. We can't. All right, it's okay. But we're going to look at it from Adala's point of view, because they're literally on a survival mode here against Team College Dropout, and they actually get hit from behind from a second team. So now they know they got Raven Horizon on their left side, so they have to go west. And on their west side, they're in trouble as well. It's pretty much any which way they go, they might have some trouble. So we got to make a decision. These are the tough moments of where to go. Now, he can hold this building for a little while. What I would try to do is, if I can get to the replicator safely, and if there is a respawn beacon, I'll craft one, and then from there try to get my team back. And I would like to get all the way to the back. If I can't go there, go all the way to the east where there is a respawn. If we really want to win, we need our players. So we'll see what he could do. Of course, this is easier said than done. And speaking of easier said than done, this lobby has getting cleaned up very shortly. And right now, Team Envy trying to go back for their teammate. And we'll see how this one works out. And their teammate gets downed. And now they got to be careful because they're going to get pushed. With only 6 teams left, we're going to go ahead and rotate around. Check on some teams here. Team Grape Shot, one of the good flanking scenarios from them. So we'll see. And oh my goodness, Crypto can use his drone to revive his teammate right now. Is that what his goal is? I hope so, because this is very important to be able to get your teammates back and then continue your fight. That would be insane if they can do this right here. And it looks like he will. And now that he got his teammate, has to be extremely careful because there are teams in the area. So now College Dropout holding a great position for the end of the game, but also doing a good job to get their teammate back. So we'll see if he can survive. He's in the middle of a second team, and he does get melted here by Horizon, who did not want that smoke, and finishes him off. And there it is. So now Horizon, one of the last teams with a full team outside of Grapes. So Grapes and Horizon, Grape Shot and Horizon are the last 2 teams with a full squad, the teams to watch out for. And you cannot sleep. There's still amazing teams on deck right now. You see Envy, who has scored again over what, 12 points at this, I'm sorry, 9 points so far, and they get down. As I said, I think that's a caster's curse. They're actually getting eliminated here, possibly. And we're gonna go and take a third-person view, guys. It doesn't allow me. What is going on today? Enemy in the distance. And we're gonna go ahead and just rotate around. Team Grape Shot still strong. Horizon still strong. The 2 teams that are the strongest right now will be bumping heads shortly. 4 teams left. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from Junior here, just popping all shots at the team to beat. That's the team to beat right now. As you can see, Team Grapes really dominating the lobby for the moment.
Let's explore this way. Meet me here.
DBG with 2 players left still. College Dropout with another 2 players left. And then you got fully stacked.
Let's go this way.
Grape Shot, who's sitting very comfortable with some purple and some red. So they are ready for a fight big time. And then, of course, Horizon, who gets one of their players down. Not looking so good at this moment. Does revive him. I like the outfit that they got going on. Of course, that's the new market stuff. And there goes the Gibby ult. It's going to try to suppress that team while he stays under. But remember, there's multiple teams in this scenario, and it looks like Grapes will survive this shot. Grape Shot very comfortable where they are. Still have their full team at the moment, and they're getting hit. College Dropouts still in this fight, trying to make some noise, and Team's Horizon actually comes in and takes out Grape Shot. Grape shot down to their last player. Could get very good. College dropout in the mix. Doing some work right now. They got to be careful. That ring hurts more than any bullet you can send me once you get to these final rings. So now 4 teams still alive, but as you can see, it is not exactly the best scenario for most teams. Horizon, the only team with a full stack at this very moment. So they have the best odds when it comes to numbers, but sometimes numbers doesn't win games. You're gonna have to take a fight. And I like this crypto right here. Of course, his crypto drone gets destroyed. He could have saved it, try to EMP somebody as this fight takes place. You know, one of my things with crypto, for anybody that tries to use him, throwing your drone about 10 to 20 feet in front of you, between you and the enemies, is usually a good position. I like to place it somewhere where I know I'm gonna fight, where I'm gonna hold my ground and I can spot them. I don't like throwing it right to where they are because they'll just destroy it, or I will have to keep moving in it. If I can put it somewhere where it's gonna scan them if they get close, for example, this hallway right at that door right here would be a perfect position. Nice shots right now. College dropout getting taken out and perfectly done by Horizon, and they're still alive and well in this scenario. Now they got to be very careful with one last team left. It's only 2 players versus 3. So Team Horizon can win this game against Team DBG. And man, oh man, I will be very interested to see what they can do. And Horizon has the low ground, which isn't a good thing, but they're using their Gibby bubble to get deeper in. And a Gibby ult would be really great right up there. They don't have much cover. They don't have any legends to cover them. And this is it, folks. It's looking like Team Horizon will end up winning big time. Great finish by Team Raven Horizon, a team that I believe has been here from the very inception of our series in the beginning of the year. So they are actually the real deal and doing some good things on this game. Coming back and winning big. They were actually already sitting comfortable. I'm sure they'll be in the top 5, maybe top 3 after that game. It was a great performance. Let's go ahead and watch that replay as we go forward. So in game number 2, in the grand finale, somehow Team Horizon ends up winning. And I just want to take a moment to talk about Team Horizon. Today specifically is Raven Spotlight's birthday. All right, this young man has built multiple teams and creating his esports team, and he has showcased them, and they're currently in our lobby as we speak, and they've done a really good job so far. As you can see in this performance, we're highlighting him, and we just want to send him a happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. That's all you're gonna get from me right now. But amazing stuff to Raven Spotlight, the team captain of Horizon right here, and the Raven clan building their esports movement right now. And on top of that, what a great way to celebrate his birthday with that win. And again, I'm grateful to have all these great people, great organizations, great players, the new organizations like Raven Clan. We just want to take a second to send him his birthday wishes and happy birthday. It's a blessing. Age is nothing but a number, they say, but it does come with experience. It does come with extra wisdom. Anytime you fall or fail, look at it as a blessing of lessons and a great way to grow and improve yourself. And To me, a birthday is just a celebration of who you are, who you want to become, and who you used to be, all together in one. And we just grateful to have cool people on deck. All right. With that in mind, another great thing that we're doing today is this charity, and we've already talked about it a ton, but I do want to actually send you guys over to the link so that you can look into it as well. It's supposed to be popping up during the stream and it hasn't popped up, but I'm gonna throw it on to the chat. Help for Heroes. Look into who they are, what they do, and what they're about. A great organization and doing a really good job to build up veterans across the world. As you know, we've had plenty of military things that we had to have in our lives to have this freedom. For example, I live in America. It costs a lot. So I'm grateful to have all the soldiers across the world sacrifice daily for this. And, you know, for us to play a video game, it's just to hang out and enjoy our time. I'm just grateful. It's the best I could put it. But that in mind, keep up the good work, everybody out there. Shout out to Help for Heroes for all the work that you've done for the communities. You know, I just do these charity events, bring awareness to it. Nothing better than what they do. And we're talking about what they do, just sending love and appreciation to my buddy Paul. But with that in mind, guys, this scoreboard is looking kind of crazy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't believe it right now. Well, I do believe it because we just saw it, but this is wild. You got 3 teams with 40 in this game right now. Literally 3 teams with 40. It can be anybody's game. This is going to be a wild one, to say the least. And man, oh man, I'm excited about it. It's about to be crazy. So just so everybody knows, these teams are all fighting for placement points. They're trying to score placement. First place gets 12, etc., etc. And they're fighting for elimination points. All right. This next round that's coming up is going to be 3 points per elimination. That's a lot. So you're talking about top tier, amazing stuff by these teams. So you're 100% welcome to cheer for your team. Tell me who you think is going to win. We have DBG, Team Envy, and Horizon with all 40 plus points, about to get to 50 possibly in this next game. Could they do it? That's the question of the day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and we kick off game number 3 happening right now. Talk about exciting, because these teams are for real and they are looking really good today, and I love it. I love it. As a viewer, I love it. So we'll see what we got going on. Once again, just to break it down to you guys, Raven Spotlight's birthday was today, so we're just giving him a happy birthday, and he's here sharing it with us. So big props and respect to him and appreciation. If there's ever a player's birthday, I don't mind shouting it out during the stream. Feel free. I hope it's not everybody's birthday tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, come on, guys. But big props and respect and appreciation for you guys. Everybody that's been playing with us and on this journey. Teams like Raven, who's actually in a fight right now. Let's see who they're fighting with. They're fighting against Team X, and X is gonna back out of there. You know, they don't have enough weapons or gear. The match just started. It's a smart move. And throwing grenades at his feet to get the team off, and that's a really nice strategy. And one of his teammates is down, and that's a tough situation there. It's not what you want, but what can you do? And it's a tough loss to start off. Somebody in the chat said, GG Horizon. I'm Envy's biggest fan. Yeah, Envy's definitely putting in work. I mean, they're 45 points right now. All they would have to do is score some elimination points here. And they can get right back in the thick of it. You got Team Cal trying to get some shots off. Let's see who they're fighting. Team Phoenix in the mix, trying to battle it out and get it right. It is going down heavily. It's going to be some craziness in a second here. As you know, these teams are legitimately looking to make a name in our series. As you guys know, we built a culture here. This is a true special thing that we're doing. A lot of people don't understand it fully, but basically we have our own movement with a lot of players and a lot of teams. Now, my organization isn't, you know, signing teams, but we are supporting everybody and we're trying to lift them up. And of course, we have to do the same for ourselves. So we are going to be recruiting content creators and then building some grinders, some teams that represent court battle leagues. So feel free to hit me up, talk about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope y'all enjoying. Again, this is a Apex Legends tournament series. We're in the qualifiers right now. We're in the mix of figuring it all out when it comes to who will make the majors. Once they get into the majors, they have to move into the championship after winning the majors, but it's not that easy. In the majors, only the best can enter. And speaking of the best, everybody watching, you are the best. If you can go ahead, share the stream, go ahead and like and subscribe and do all the good things you could do to help keep this rolling. Share this on social media, tag me, Mad Gamer. Remember, this is a 5-minute delay, so anything you say in the chat, I probably won't see it for a while, and I might just skip it, not because I want to, but because we're in the middle of these plays. And speaking of these plays, we're gonna go and check out a team who looks like they're about to get into some action and actually already have Team Reapers trying to figure out the scenario. And at the moment, the Reapers are down a player, and this is always a tough situation, but sometimes you got to take the L and just do your best. As you can see right now, dead on arrival, about to push Reapers, and seeing there's only 2 of them. And anytime you have a Bloodhound, it's dangerous. Of course, you can use Seer also, but Bloodhound's so casual with his ability. Really clutch. Let's see how this one works out for them. Good shots here with the flat line, doing some heavy damage and taking a step back. They down one of the players, and they're about to finish it off. Reapers barely survive in this scenario. They're really in it. And they get taken out, ladies and gentlemen. dead by a rival who's actually in 10th place at this moment, has scored some really good points. Remember, there is a multiplier. The multiplier is 3 points per elimination on this round. So you talk about top tier, serious stuff. So want to give a big shout out to Church, the MC, brother from Metal Gear, a family member to me as a Metal Gear fan, and a teammate of mine when I played in my esports era. So big props to him and shout out to him who's enjoying this today. We got some serious pro teams, some semi-pro teams, some brand new casual players playing against these pro teams, and it can get real crazy because you never know. And right now we got $1 trying to third party this fight, and they're gonna go ahead and rotate back, which might be the smart move. They didn't have the high ground, and it was unnecessary to try to force that fight, and really smart move here. And they got the traditional comp, which is Gibby, Bloodhound, and Wraith. Perfect stuff. And I would love this loadout as well. As you can see, you got the R301, the most traditional weapon, most reliable. Then you have the Vault, one of my personal favorites for that close range, mid-range style damage, and just rapid fire. For me, you need something with rapid fire at all times, and then you got to have yourself that stabilizer. So far so good. It looks like $1 has downed a player. I mean, it's down a player. Multiple teams down players. We got 16 teams still alive, but people are hurting, and they're trying to figure it all out as we go. So let's see how they perform, if they can get the job done. And Team Sanchez, a team we haven't talked much about. Again, players coming together, creating these teams, are players that we've seen before, but finally getting back into a flow. So far so good for this team right now. They're really focused in these fights right now and doing a good job pushing the pace and not allowing themselves to lose out. Now they're in the bottom of the bracket at 18 right now, so they do want to score some elimination points and get high placement. But sometimes you gotta just learn from your mistakes and try something new a little bit, or work on something you've been doing for a while and master it. So it's kind of a personal preference. Try something new or master something specific and learn to be great at that. So we'll see what Sanchez can do here, if they can step right back up at some point. We encourage every single team to never give up, because the truth is these multipliers right now, it's 3 points per elimination. One of these teams in the bottom of the bracket will end up getting back up onto the bracket. So be careful and be ready for that. And speaking of be ready for that, looks like we're about to see a fight right now. And who will they be pushing? Looking like they're gonna be pushing Team Cal. I like to see this. We're gonna go ahead and give you guys a really cool third-person view so you can see the scores and see both teams' side, as the revolt is underway right now for Team PS, and Team Cal's just trying to survive it, and they're gonna rotate around and take that fight. We thank you guys for tuning in. As you can see, the scoreboard, players are still trying to figure out what they need to do and how they're gonna go about it. And as you can see right now, Team PS, who was trying to revolt, they did not get it. Any type of good scenario there, have to back off now and find their way to a better position. And at least they're in the ring, so they are comfortable. Big props and respect to them. And right now, another revolt. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting a non-stop revolt, and it's against this Team Adala looking to survive this situation. And it's a tough one when you got a revolt coming at you. And right now, they're using it, getting super aggressive. That's what you want. They almost take down Gibby there. Gibby's just trying to survive. Somehow getting out of there and healing up a bit. What a wild scenario we have here. Good stuff by Team Lions. Taking down 2 of Adala's players. Now it's all down to their team captain, Matt, trying to figure it all out. He's gonna stay in the ring, and the ring doesn't hurt too bad here on the second closing, round 2 closing. And this is actually a good look for him if he can get his teammate's banner and then revive him right here. It's literally right up the way. So he's going to be back. We'll come back to these guys a little later when we get a chance. And so far, so good for Team Kyle, who's scored some points and done a good job. And as we see on the kill feed, Grape Shot has been eliminated as well. So that's a tough situation. You don't want that. You want to stay as much as you can, at least score placement points. They were 8th overall, and they might end up dropping because some other teams will end up scoring big enough to take their spots. So very dangerous situation, and I'm liking Cal right now. They've been aggressive and they've been consistent here. Looks like they're about to try to take somebody. They don't know there's somebody right underneath them. Oh, and the person rotated out, and we're gonna go ahead and rotate out as well. Try to see where these fights are, guys. We got tons of action going on, and we'd like to thank everybody watching on all the platforms. Hundreds of people from YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all over. We're live on 30 platforms at the same time, simultaneously. And just super grateful to be able to present this to you. And today is a special day to kind of give tribute to all of the veterans across the world. Grateful to have them and for them to work so hard, dedicate their lives for our freedoms. And Dead on Arrival trying to come back and do some things here. They are in 10th place, but they can score some big points. They've already scored big points. They might move up to the top of the bracket here with the amount of points that they have. So very, very amazing work as we speak. And as of right now, they're about to go in against the Goons. Goons are trying to go ahead and build their own setup. As we talked about the Raven Clan building their crew. Right now, they've got to get attacked. Third party in the ring. They're trying to get in this scenario. And they get one player down. Now the Goons only have one player left, and they get wiped out by Dead on Arrival. Dead on Arrival are killing it right now. This lobby is amazing, to say the least. And we're going to switch it off and let you guys see DBG right now. So many great players doing their thing and trying to figure it all out as they go forward. This is ridiculous, the amount of action that we're getting. So much I can't keep up, guys. And we're gonna go ahead and check out R99 getting some shots up and getting some work done as well, as we have multiple teams in the middle of fights right now. It's hard to keep up with all of them and to give you all the visuals, but we can talk about the kill feed as you see the work being done right now. And Cal is getting eliminated as we speak. Team who could have done some great things in this round. They really were pushing the pace. I like where R99 is. They pretty much have a decent spot until they have to rotate shortly. So super interesting. We're gonna go ahead and look around and check out where the top teams are. And as you go, looking at Team PS, and this team right here only has 2 points, but that's a lot in this game because it's 3 points per elimination. So actually they got 6 points from 2 eliminations. So you talk about greatness. And look at this. We have some Kraber shots by the team captain, Matt, trying to score some points here and doing a good job getting super aggressive in this scenario. And he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's a lot of teams in the area. You'd think he'll get some shots off. We're going to find out shortly. A really great player, but man, oh man, all alone with 8 other teams on his back. So it's very, very difficult, especially when you have top players like we have today. Dead on arrival. Once again, this team is going all out right now, and they're really trying to score big, and they actually have scored tons of points. They have way over 10. As a matter of fact, this team is insane. I think they have 16 in total. So this team is top tier, ripping this lobby up, and they're probably going to get up on the leaderboards. They're 10th place right now. With this game here, they possibly go up to the top 5, at least minimum so far, even more than that. So we're going to see how they play it. Are they going to go for placement as well? Or are they just going to keep ransacking the lobby and getting some great kills? That is the question. And I love what they're doing here. Once again, we stay on the hot teams for a reason. We want you guys to see highest quality, get inspired to be better, work on your movement, work on your positioning, work on your shots. You see how they see these teams and they're not firing at them? It's a waste of shots if you can't hit too hard. You got a flat line and he's not going to be able to do crazy damage over there, but they can third party that if they get a moment. And there's still 8 teams in total. A lot of teams are pushing up for the third party fight. 4 teams moving up, and my oh my, you talk about greatness. We're going to take an overview of all of the action for a second, and you talk about 4 teams all in one conjunction with another 5th team coming in on this action. The end of this is going to be wild, folks, and that's what you want to see. The greatness unfolding from the third party scenarios. And man, oh man, this third party fight is looking real good. Another third party fight from above, as you can see. Trying to get the job done here. It's not that easy, guys. You can see 4 teams all pushing each other, and it looks like Octane cleaning that up to finish that fight, and it was a perfectly done jump pad. And right now, I'm liking what I'm seeing by the Lions, staying alive and keeping the situation going. But man, oh man, Dead on Arrival truly is letting them know, hey, we're here for the long run. We're not fooling around. And they're cleaning it up, and a Rev Alt backfires on Team Lions, and I'm perfectly done by Dead on Arrival. And again, this is sometimes that Rev Alt can cost you, and we just watched that happen right now. It's looking like Dead on Arrival has to be careful here. There's still 1 team left, and it's 2-on-1 right now. They're about to get it and finish it off. An amazing performance right here to close it out by Dead on Arrival. Man, oh man, this is exactly what you want. Perfectly done by Dead on Arrival. They really came out and put on a show right there. And man, oh man, I would think they might reach 50 points, guys. Once again, the objective of this is to reach 50. We just had game 3, and I'm sure that they possibly will be reaching 50 in that game right there because it was so good. And we're going to take a quick replay so you guys can see how it all ended. I mean, we had about 8 teams at the start of this fight here. Third party situations, back and forth, and somehow the lobby saved itself and gave us a show to enjoy. And this right here, again, just having good situational awareness. Dead on arrival saw that Revenant was going to call his ultimate. They shot down his ultimate and then took over this fight here. Now all they had to do was find the last player and finish him off, taking the time to heal up instead of forcing the fight and giving the advantage to the opposite player. As you can see right here, Dead on Arrival was ready to go and get it done. And of course, you're watching this in slow motion. I like to replay it in slow motion for you guys just a little bit so you can see how the shots were ran off and how it all played out. And Dead on Arrival got it done right here. And that, my friends, is exactly how you do it. I want to thank everybody watching today. It's been amazing so far. A full lobby of top players and greatness at its finest. Greatness at its finest. It's a new terminology I'm using. But man, oh man, thank y'all so much. We are literally just getting heated up and it's popping. And I talk about popping right now with the way these teams are playing. You saw 8 teams on that final fight, all emerging uphill to battle each other and then costing each other's lives. And then of course Dead on Arrival was in the backside waiting, and they still scored tons of points in that scenario. So I mean, it got crazy, and it was an incredible performance to say the least. And I loved everything so far. It's been running very smooth when it comes to these teams showcasing why they are great, why our tournaments have the best players in the world, why we are the best. It's not about me. It's not about this Court Battle studio. It's not about, you know, my commentary. I don't consider the greatest. I consider our movement, our players, our teams who come by and jump on this, the best in the world. And last season we showcased it because our players who played in our league won the finals to the official Apex Legends Global Series. So you talk about having that type of mentality, that type of energy, that type of passion, that type of drive, that type of determination. We have it, and it's all because of you. And I just want to thank you guys for a second and show y'all peace and love for that. All right, so you just give me you know, some really beautiful inspiration just from knowing that. All right, well, with that in mind, I want to talk again about our charity while we go ahead and show you the schedule. Feel free to sign up to our tournaments shortly. Everybody is welcome, and you can get in on the action at any point you feel by signing up to these tournaments. And then on top of that, you're able to qualify for our majors through these events. So check out our roadmap. That'll help you a little bit to understand exactly what's going on. People keep asking this question. Basically, we have community events. They're called qualifiers because you can enter into the majors by qualifying. As you can see right here, we have community events non-stop on the schedule, but this right here is the roadmap on how to get there. The top teams in our tournaments will have a chance to win it all and get themselves into the majors, and then the majors will give you a chance. You'll have to compete and get yourself to the championships. So that's how that works. And then another important factor to remember is today's format and what we have going on. It is called match point, and basically teams are trying to get to 50, which you're going to see a bunch of teams right now most likely are already at 50, and all they have to do is win the game. It sounds easy enough. They have to get first place after reaching 50. That's all you got to do. Sounds easy enough, right? But what happens when you look at the leaderboards like we're doing right now, and you see that there's 4 teams with above 50? What happens? You know what happens? Everybody has to work harder. Everybody has to work smarter. Everybody understands they have a chance to win. So Team Dead on Arrival, DBG, Team Lions, and Team Horizon all have a chance to win this tournament right now, but they have to get first place. In the battle royales, getting first place is very difficult. The rest of the lobby, guys in the bottom of the bracket like Team X or Team Purple or even Team Reaper, all of these teams on the bottom of the bracket can get back up there easily. All they got to do is score big. Right now in game 4, you're gonna get 4 points per elimination. Do you understand what I just said? 4 points per elimination. That means if you eliminate one player, you will get 4 points. So you have this multiplier for all the teams on the bottom of the bracket. You can catch back up and score 50. Now, if you score 50, you still have to eliminate the top teams and not allow them to get first place. So basically, everybody who's not in the top 4 has to try to get first place on this next game, or one of the top 4 will win this tournament and will be done for the night. All right, that is how it goes. With that in mind, I will say just a quick announcement. Tonight, I will most likely, and for the rest of the year and next year, I will be hosting some Battlefield tournaments as well. I'm looking to run some cool stuff. They have special servers you can create, and tonight I'm going to test it out, but then we will end up actually playing in those tournaments as well. So Apex players, if you're willing and wanting to jump on board, feel free. It is cross-platform, so any platform you have the game on, if you pre-order it today, you can play for tonight at 12 p.m. So I'm not advertising Battlefield. They don't pay me to do that. I'm doing it because I'm a fan and I love the game. And speaking of love the game, oh my goodness, folks, game number 4 has just begun. It has just begun, and we took a look at Cal popping some shots off, but backing off of this situation here. They got to be very, very careful. Their teammates are in the mix right now, so you got to be careful. One of their players goes down. They down 2. They down one of DBG's players, and this is dangerous. DBG is one of the teams who can win it all. They got to be super careful. If they lose here, they will not be able to win this round, and they might have to hope that they can get another round to win. Oh my goodness, if DBG goes down, and they do! Look at that to start it off. Team Cal saves the lobby just a little bit. There's still more saving to be done, but they did a good job there to take out one of the 4 teams that's eligible to win it all. And here goes another team that's eligible to win it all. The Lions as well. They're also eligible to win it all, so we got to be very, very careful with them. Remember, DBG just got eliminated, but Dead on Arrival, Lions, and Horizon still have a chance to win it all. So do not sleep on these teams, and they're still in the fight basically. So we'll see how that plays out, and we'll keep an eye out on these guys as we go forward, and it should be very interesting. And I hope you guys get to enjoy what is happening right now as we go forward. And my oh my, the Lions are getting hit as well, guys. This is getting crazy. If the Lions get eliminated, this lobby is gonna be going to a game 5, but will it or will it not? We don't know. We're gonna see shortly. Man, oh man, this is turning into a nail biter, guys. One of my favorite parts is this moment here where there's there's more than one team with 50 points, and the lobby's trying to save themselves. They have to eliminate these teams. And right now, somehow, one of the teams got eliminated right off drop, and the Lions is hurting, down a player, and it's got down 2 players. They're down to their last player, and it's by dead on arrival, a team who could still win it. Oh my goodness, they are making it so that they will be the only teams left alive. Great stuff by dead on arrival here. And man, oh man, be careful what you wish for, because there are teams in the vicinity. And dead on arrival is one of the teams that are still able to win. Remember, it's dead on arrival and Horizon that are officially still eligible to win it all. The problem with that is it's easier said than done. And of course, Team Lion lost 2 of their players, and I don't know if they're going to go back to get them. We can go and take a quick sneak peek to see if he is. I honestly would, because how do you expect to win against such a crazy lobby? And I don't know how that's going to work out, but we're going to take a quick look and see what the Lions want to do. Remember, they're one of the teams that could win it all if they get first place on this next match. It's always easier said than done, but it's possible, guys. And right now he's waiting, but he wants to get his teammate. I don't know if he has enough time. I think he's definitely taking a bad chance here, and this is going to cost the Lions here. He might not be able to get both teammates, but he's going to grab one banner. That's more than enough to stay. If he could stay alive, and there it is. Only 2 players, teams that could win it all left in the lobby, guys. Gonna go right back and watch from a different perspective on Team Dead on arrival. Again, 2 teams. Either if you're rooting for them, they can win in this match. All they got to do is get first place. It's Dead on Arrival and Raven Horizon. These 2 teams are eligible to win. Raven Horizon doing something I would think is best. They have a Gibby and a Caustic, pretty much playing defense for this game and doing a good job holding their position. And then Dead on Arrival is in the ring as well, and they're sitting comfortable at the moment, but they got to be very, very careful. Again, there's always a team, specifically in these areas here. Skyhook tends to see some good action. People like rotating through here if they could. And right now, Ash is using the ping system to see where these enemies are, and they're on the opposite side of the bridge. Dead on Arrival looks like they're not going to play comfortable. They're actually going to push this fight, guys, and they're looking to take the fight. And wow, most of the time we usually see a team pretty much camp out for the remainder of the game. As you can see right now, Horizon's going to find their spot, hold it, and not really rotate too much. But we'll see how this plays out. And actually, they're getting caught up in a fight as we speak, so they got to be a little careful here. Actually, very impressed with that rotation right there. They went deep into the ring right now, and if they can hold this position, they can literally hold it for the remainder of the game. So it's pretty much anybody's game on this scenario. And guys, we want to stay with these 2 teams, and I know it's you want to see other action, and I promise you we'll rotate a little bit around. But there's nothing like watching the teams that are eligible to win. If they get eliminated early, it saves the lobby, and we'll get a game number 5. And it looks like it might happen here if these teams can't continue to hold their positions. And Dead on Arrival popping off on some good shots, and this is important because you're gonna farm that shield the more damage you do. So it's not just about killing people, you're basically damage farming. And for those that don't know that terminology, farming damage, basically if you have a shield, it starts off white, not a lot of health, 150, then you can go to 175, and you can go to 200, you can go to a 200 And it's so good because you're basically upgrading your armor at all times. And it's a really fun system to have in this game. And I always encourage it, and I try to teach people to just pick some shots. Start off with a long range weapon and stand somewhere high and just get a couple shots in, get your shield up to blue, get it to purple if you can, and continue. And look at this right now. Dead on Arrival is super aggressive. They are not holding back, folks. They are pushing the pace and taking fights. Beautiful stuff right here. Downing one of Horizon's players, and they're really popping off right here. I'm loving it. Down 2 of Horizon's players. Horizon, another team that's eligible to win, about to get eliminated. And my, oh my, what greatness has Dead on Arrival presented to us. They are ripping this lobby up, to say the least. We're going to rotate around for a second to show you guys another team who's in the middle of some good action, who's probably going to get thirded. And there it is. Right there, as I rotated, Team PS just cleaned up with a Revolt, and the amazing performances that we're seeing tonight, man, oh man. Again, this is anybody's game. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm so impressed by the lobby, and Dead on Arrival is the last team eligible to win this tournament in this game. They're the only ones with above 50. If they do not get first place, we will go to a game 5. If they end up winning, it is all over, baby. Gonna be a quick night. Sometimes these events can last 2 hours, or they can go 3 hours. So we've already been on for almost 2 hours here. So after this game, we're gonna give these guys a quick 10-minute break to get something to drink, and then they'll be able to prepare for this last run here. And Dead on Arrival has a team landing right below them. Are they going to take this fight, or are they going to back off? It looks like they're going to back off. They understand that they can win this. They understand that they're the only team left alive eligible to win this all. Do they have what it takes? We will see. It got me stuttering, man. And they're probably going to gate this team off on the backside here. Perfectly done. Waiting for the right moment and not forcing it. And there it is right there. They all shoot at the same time. They get some shots off. Nothing too crazy, but good enough. And basically letting the team know, like, hey, you're not getting in this ring, buddy. I know you're here, but we're coming for you. And the problem is, if they don't finish this in 30 seconds, if they don't get in there right now, another team will third party them right away. And it's not worth taking a fight if you can't finish it fast. So we will see how this one plays out for them. Doing a real good job suppressing this team at this moment.
Don't worry, my brother. I got you.
And good stuff here by Dead on Arrival. They're still alive. The lobby has to come get them. This is possibly gonna be a clutch play for them, or will they choke is the question. And those that are watching, I know you want to see other action. There's 14 teams left, but if this team loses, then the lobby continues and we'll get a game 5. If they win it all, then we'll end up finishing tonight's events. And big props and respect right now to Dead on Arrival being able to rotate perfectly with Ash, and they're pretty much scanning the backsides. This is still a dangerous ring. People can still be outside, especially if they have heat shields. Something that I want to disable. I want to disable a couple of different things. I know y'all probably be mad at me about it, but disable heat shields 100%. Disable the kill feed is another one I would like to do. And a couple of different things to make the games a little more realistic and a lot more friendly for players. We haven't done that, but you never know. We might make it a rule at some point.
Medkit here.
And we are going to go ahead and rotate around because there are some action-packed situations going on right now. As you can see, college dropout. Shout out to Kanye. Trying to pop off here and figure out what's going on. I like what they're doing. They have a bunch of loot. They're really comfortable right now.
Moving here.
9 teams left, guys. Insanity. And look at this, one of the underdogs that I told you were top player, great player, Adala, trying to get in the mix right here against Apex Funnies. These guys, first time coming in here. I might have seen a player or two before, but it's a new team and they're trying to do some work here. Good shots popped off, but not good enough. It's looking like Adala is taking this fight down to their last player. Can Apex Funny really get it done? We'll see. They got him all in the ring. Can he close it out? Looking like he's about to lose to the ring, folks, and he does. Wow, the rarity that you see that. And it's looking like Adala, last player surviving. 7 teams left. And still killing this game right now. Dead on arrival. Third party in this situation and pushing the pace. One of their players is down. Picking up his banner. They're going to rotate around and be careful here. They still can recover their teammate's banner if they can find a respawn beacon. They're going to head right towards the respawn beacon. Dead on arrival. Not looking so good, guys. We might get ourselves a game number 5. Love to see it. They're down a player. If they can revive him here and somehow put in some work, we will see how this one works out for them. Let's go ahead and look at this. There's a rat watching them revive. If I was this guy, come on, man. He doesn't know that that is team dead on arrival. If he did, he'll probably do what I would do, is YOLO it and just ape these guys. Try to take them out. You do not want that team back on the board fully. So a couple of teams in the area trying to figure out their scenario. Dead on arrival, still cleaning up stuff out here. It's pretty insane. They're putting in a lot of work still. They got their player some armor and some weapons, so they're pretty comfortable at this point. They're actually in position to hold this down with only 6 teams left. And we get to see Team Reaper in action right now, popping some amazing shots with that charge rifle. A weapon I rarely use. Honestly, you know, it can do some good stuff, but it's really not my forte, but I like to see it in action. What is my forte is this Bangalore, man. Her movement while in combat, her ability to throw smoke, to push a team, to create cover, to basically revive teammates, or to do a lot of different things with it. And I just love Bangalore, and I think she's one of the sleeper legends. Always one of the best in the game, but never getting that credibility she deserves. Man, perfect shots right here. And the Reapers are trying to get in on the action and make a name for themselves. They have a player who I actually played with twice already. I like to connect with the players a little bit and get to know them. And right here, Mr. Ox himself, he plays Caustic exclusively and does a really good job with him. He really uses Caustic in different ways. He'll purposely set off his trap during gunfights to force teams to deal with his situation, you know, using it to cover so he can heal a player. A lot of great little methods that not everybody knows about Caustic, but it's very useful. So shout out to Reapers there. And guys, Team Dead on Arrival is still alive and holding the ring. They might actually possibly win this thing. Who knows? The insanity. I did not even notice. 3 teams left and Dead on Arrival has over 50. They have met the match point threshold. They're eligible to win this, but they have to get first place, and they're down to 3. You got Team Phoenix in the building. You got the Reapers who can put out some damage and get some work done, and then Dead on Arrival who can win this. All right, so it's up to the Reapers and Phoenix to save this lobby and give everybody a chance to win it all. And right now, Dead on Arrival comfortably taking that Gibby and not being afraid of it and staying alive during that push from Team Phoenix. And they're gonna go ahead and get in on this action right now. Beautiful stuff, and they cleaned it up. Oh my goodness, folks, can you believe it? Finishing off Team Phoenix, and only one last team left. They are sitting very comfortable, and it looks like the Reapers are in the fight right now, but they get hit. One player from the Reapers is down. It's looking like Team Dead on Arrival will be finishing this off, folks. Insanity happening right now. The Bangalore ult is dropping, and look at this. One of Reapers players left. Can he do it, or will Dead on Arrival come back and get this win? It's 2-on-1. Shots being ran off. Perfectly done right here, and they're gonna push this pace. They're gonna take this fight, guys. And they got them surrounded, folks. And here it is. Dead on Arrival officially wins today's tournament and capitalizes in an amazing way at the end there to move on into the majors. They have officially qualified into the majors. Congratulations, man. Oh man, you talk about greatness, and that right there was literally as great as it could get. And now Team DOA, aka Dead on Arrival, officially wins today's tournament and takes care of that. What an insane situations. Congratulations and thank you to Dead on Arrival for performing so well. And you saw them pick up the pace in the game before. Then they slowly continue to chuck away on this game, and there was moments where they were down a player. They actually went and revived their teammate and somehow came back and won it all. That just tells you never give up. In the middle of the match, they were down 1 player and they had to go and revive him and bring him back, and they actually did it, and it was a perfectly done thing. And it's just incredible by Team Dead on Arrival to take that win and to capitalize the way they did. And man, nothing but respect. Today's event ran as smooth as we could get, and it was top tier performance by every single team that came out. I'm grateful to everybody that showed up to play. And man, oh man, what a way to finish that off. Dead on Arrival doing some amazing things, and I love it. With that in mind, we're gonna go ahead and show you the replay. Hope y'all enjoy. Just a quick look at the grand finale right here, where Dead on Arrival was pushing a pace, taking out Team Phoenix right here, and they knew they had the last team, so they just swapped shields as quick as possible. They didn't think about it twice, reloaded their weapons and rushed towards the teams, not allowing them to get a second. And it was a perfectly timed scenario. As you saw, they were healing up, and at the same time, the fight, Reapers were down a player early there, in this fight, and then all of a sudden Dead from Arrival took care of business. This was where things could have turned the tides, when they lost a player and you thought possibly Reapers were going to come back and win it all. But no, folks. Somehow, some way, Dead on Arrival healed up, reloaded, and got the job done. And it was a masterful performance by them. And I give them nothing but credit to come out and put in that type of work and to do their job. And it was spectacular by them to finish it off. As you can see there, perfect. You can't get any better. You can't write this script any better in those scenarios. They just got the job done. That's all it was. And that's all it is. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're about to finish, but I just want to give thank you again to every single team, every single player, from Team X, Team Purple, Team Sanchez, the Goons, R99, Team Cal, the Reapers, Omega, Grape Shot, Team PS, Off the Grid, Apex Funnies, Team Phoenix, Envy, Horizon, College Dropout, the Lions, Adala Esports, DBG, and the champions who made it into the majors right now, Dead on Arrival. That was spectacular, and I'm very humble and blessed to continue to get you guys these fun events and enjoy myself in the process, and I hope y'all did. I'm gonna remind you to go check out our charity that we were just talking about today. It's called Help for Heroes, and you can be a hero too by supporting the heroes and continuously being there for our society and being able to try to lift people up and do the right thing for the world. So man, oh man, it was a great night, man. I'm a little excited about it. We're gonna go ahead and show the leaderboards shortly once they're finished, and then we're going to call it a night pretty much. But other than that, we'll be back tomorrow for another tournament. So you got one more event you can sign up to right now and get yourself involved with. So don't be shy. Go ahead, head over to our Discord. You can get the link in the stream. It should pop up in the stream, and then get yourself in deep with us, because tomorrow, the same thing that you saw today, we're gonna do it all over again tomorrow. So it should be a lot more fun, because now if you're new and you saw what you like, what you saw, you can get in on the action. You don't have to be a pro player to play in these. Everybody's eligible to qualify. It's my Discord. I run this thing. It's what I say, and I say I want anybody and everybody to play. So you are welcome in my house, in my community. This community is the best. You know, I'm just here to host it, but they are the top tier players, as you saw, some amazing stuff, and of course good camaraderie and respectfulness in the Discord. Win or lose, we're just here to have a good night. Okay, with that in mind, let's go to the leaderboards and show you who and what and why and where. Well, before we go from the top, we're going to go from a little lower, and we're going to show you guys the top 10 teams here. You have Team Off the Grids with 32, Apex Funnies with 45, Sensei Phoenix with 47, Envy with 50, Raven Horizon with 50, College Dropout with 53, Sagu Lions with 64, Adala Esports with 68, DBG with 71. And the insane numbers that this team put out, you could tell they were the real deal and they were ready to get in on the action. Dead on Arrival coming out and putting on a show for us. All right, respect to everybody else who played. It's not an easy thing to face top teams who play with each other for 2, 3, 4, 5, who knows how many years some of these guys have been together. But man, oh man, was it a night. and we had a blast with some top teams. And that's it for today, guys. We're gonna hit you guys up and get you guys out of here fast. Note this, I'm about to go ahead and stream Battlefield in about 3 hours, so you can come back to my stream, follow, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Come back and just hang out with me. It won't be no 5-minute delay. I'll interact with everything you say in the chat. We'll have ourselves some good conversations. This won't be an esports presentation. It'll be me, Battlefield 2042, and you can play with us if you get the game. It releases tonight for anybody who pre-orders a specific copy, so look that up on the internet. And I'll just be playing that and just seeing what it's like. I already know what it's like. I played all of the betas and tech tests and all that, but now I get to actually play the full game with the new mode that I'm excited for, which is Portals, where we can play different maps and do a whole lot of different things. So should be fun and exciting, to say the least. Okay, well, that's what I got for you guys. Feel free to come by and hang out with me in a little while. Check out these leaderboards. We're gonna leave them on for a couple of minutes. We hope you enjoyed it. This is your world. Thank you so much for the likes and subscribes, and everybody on all the social media platforms, specifically Twitch. You guys want me to get partnered. You want me to do this full time. You want me to consistently give you the content. Go ahead, subscribe, donate, show some love, and I promise you we'll make this pop off. I do this anyways. I do this for the love, but if you make me a Twitch partner, I'll go ahead and go crazy for you guys and take it to the next level. So you know what's up. Hit me up. I'm always here. I love you guys. Thank y'all so much. We will see you in a few hours and talk more. Peace.